Hey everyone, Chris of CJC Photography, and I am joined with Mitch, and I am doing another story time of how we met. So Mitch and I met at the end of 2022. Kind of a funny story actually, and this never happened. So I was with my friend Keith, who you've seen all the time. We were going into the bar that he was working at the time because Keith wanted to see if they were looking for bartenders. Long story short, that didn't work out for Keith, but I did meet Mitch, and we've been working together ever since then. So it's kind of funny because I don't normally meet people in the wilds, if you will. And we've done 5 covers together since then. But that day, do you remember that day that we came in, and were you like, what was your reaction?
So my reaction when they initially came in, I mean, people come in for job applications all the time, so it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. And then Chris and I kind of just connected, where we were like, hey, do we follow each other on Instagram?
Yeah, he looks familiar.
Right, so he was like, yo, you look familiar, and sure, come to find out, we already followed each other.
Yeah.
So ended up connecting, and then did a photo shoot, like I want to say like a week or so later.
It was very fast, yes, I do remember. Because it was the end of the year, so I was like, oh, it gets kind of cold sometimes in Florida, so January, it can be like, I'm not even gonna say the degrees because people will be like, please stop talking.
Okay, but
it can get cooler, where in the mornings it's like not ideal to be shirtless for the men. Try to keep in mind like everyone's comfort. So I was like, yeah, let's do it ASAP. So we did it in December. So yeah, it didn't work out for Keith, but it worked out for me. And we are actually in the same location that we were at when we first met. So sorry, it's kind of loud. Cars are driving by. We're in the streets.
In the streets of Ybor.
Yeah.
Big old garbage truck.
Just waiting for the cars to drive by. So we've done a few, I can't remember how many offhand, maybe 3 or 4 photo shoots over the time. Is there anything that you haven't done before that you wanted to do?
So Chris is really flexible in regards to like working with me on like things I want to do, like whether it's reels or pictures. I'll be like, yo, I want my gold chain in it. Yo, I want my necklace in it. Yo, I want my sunglasses.
For a video, yes, but not for pictures.
He's like, for video, sure, we can do that, but for pictures, we're not doing that. Like, no jewelry, and like you guys see me, like I'm always usually have some sort of jewelry on, so like I feel super naked right now. But yeah, as for doing anything that I want to do, I would say no, because you're really flexible in regards to like keeping it open with what we're working on, and that's a cool thing with working with you, and I appreciate that.
Thanks. Yeah, I try to keep it pretty simple, just because. So the no jewelry thing, if people ask, it's just because if there's little things that deter people from wanting to buy the picture, then it's like, well, damn, like it's so easy to have not done the jewelry, or sometimes I will throw some jewelry, but it's more subtle. So people usually want the models to look kind of like a blank slate. So I just kind of try to keep it simple.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you have a lot of followers on Instagram. What is something that people might not know about you from following you?
Yeah. So I used to write in the school newspaper in high school, and I was also a broadcast journalist and an athlete. So I was the only athlete that spoke behind the camera as like basically as like a news anchor, where we would have like weekly overviews of like what happened in sports, or like what happened like throughout the school, or any sort of news, anything going on, homecoming, prom, whatever. So like I would talk behind the camera doing that. It was my dream growing up to be on SportsCenter and be a sports anchor. Yeah, so that was something that
could still happen.
Yeah, no, it still could happen, but I mean, it's we'll see. Maybe it'll be in bodybuilding or something.
Oh, that'd be fun too.
So that would be cool.
I actually, speaking of broadcasting, I wrote, so senior year, I wrote on the high school newspaper.
Okay.
I did, I was in the entertainment section.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I only wrote 1 article. It was I remember it because it was really hard.
What was it?
I did a CD review of Christina Aguilera's Stripped.
Oh, love it.
I think that was the one thing.
Love it.
Yeah, because you had to, it was pretty hard.
Yeah.
That initially though, that is something that I thought about doing.
Yeah, I always loved writing, and writing
Yeah.
always came like really easy for me. Like I've always been like someone that journals like
Yep.
often. Like I started journaling when I was like 4 or 5 years old,
Oh, look.
and it's just I've enjoyed it. You know?
Nice.
So it's something that a lot of people don't know about me.
Yeah,
is
I didn't know.
enjoy to write,
Did not know.
and it's something I've been doing for quite some time.
Very cool. And then my last question is, we're almost halfway done with the year, so I was wondering, what are your goals for the rest of the year?
Yeah. So a goal for me for the rest of the year, I set a goal for myself to buy another property.
Okay.
First and foremost, and then I was also telling you how I'm not planning on competing this year.
Right.
So I've been competing in bodybuilding since 2014, and just planning on taking this year off and just focusing on other career endeavors, business-wise, fitness coaching, and being a partner in a painting company. I'm prioritizing those right now for the
Got
time
a lot
being.
going on.
Exactly, I got a lot going on, so that's all been good and well. And then working with maybe some potential new modeling agencies, and
Yeah.
excited about those opportunities too.
Nice. Well, thanks everyone for joining in. Stay tuned to see all the pictures coming soon.